Why doesn't he love me back? Why can't I move on when he already has? Why can't I stop overthinking about him when he doesn't even love me? You're not gonna like the answer. Why you can't move on, why he doesn't love you back. Because diva, you don't even love yourself. You don't even respect yourself. The reason why you can't move on isn't because he was the love of your life. It's because somewhere along the way you stopped being the love of your own. Because if you truly loved yourself, respected yourself, and believed that you deserved the kind of love you daydream about, you would have realized this much sooner that you don't deserve any of this. And maybe nobody has reminded you this recently, so let me. You deserve somebody who loves you for just being yourself. Not a version of you that's like quieter, smaller, less emotional, less needy, less ambitious. No, just you. Hi divas, this is AMARAH. Welcome to the first episode of Girl Talk with AMARAH. Today we're gonna talk about the most requested video, how to get over a heartbreak fast. And if you've come here for the fast part, let me tell you, I lied. There is no fast. This ain't no Blinkit you're ordering emotional maturity, emotional healing from. There is no 3 ways to stop crying over a man, and anybody who's selling you this is straight up lying. What I can tell you is how I rewired my brain so I never have to settle for anything less than what I deserve. And trust me, that's way more useful. And all the responses on my last videos were insane. I love you all. You should know that. Your comments mean a lot to me. So for all the girl talk videos from now on, I'm gonna be making another part where I'm responding to all your comments, your opinions, or your issues, maybe with a guest speaker too. So feel free to pour in and I'll make sure you're heard, girly pop. And in case you don't want to be a part of this and like just want to pour in, feel free to mention it. I will make sure to respect that. Now, before I start yapping, I actually want to ask you a question. And you don't have to answer it to me, but be so for real with yourself for a second. What exactly are we mourning here? What exactly did you lose? The flowers he never bought, the dates he never planned, the efforts he never put in, the peace and stability he could never give. What exactly are we mourning here? And no, I'm not saying giving flowers is the most important thing to do in a relationship, but hear me out, okay? Take flowers as a metaphor to the love you actually believe you deserve, to your love language. It could be anything. Him listening to you yap for hours about things you love, listen to you rant, support your work, your interests, I don't know, click endless pictures of you. Anything that's your love language, the way you believe you deserve to be loved. This person that you're dying, crying, waiting for, did this person actually do any of these things for you? Did he ever put the kind of efforts you wanted him to? Or were you just always hoping that maybe if this wouldn't have been the situation, he would have done that? We gaslight ourselves. One day he'll realize my worth. Maybe if I just do this bit, he will do the rest. He has the potential. Babe, potential is not a personality trait. Potential doesn't text you back. Potential doesn't plan dates. Potential doesn't choose you. You know what all these would have, could have are? It's an illusion, a dream that you have built in your mind that you desperately want to be true. And I get that feeling. It's so difficult to admit, but I'm a hopeless romantic. You can't help it. I've grown up watching Bollywood movies, watching Shah Rukh Khan fight for his love, sacrifice for love, you know? And I want to be so deeply in love that I don't care about the rest of the world or anything else when I'm with this person in love. You know, I want that kind of love. You know, there was this guy that I dated for longest, 3 years. He did not like surprises. He did not like that I put efforts. When I am somebody who loves putting efforts, I love doing things, I love big gestures, even the whole process of, you know, planning, arranging, executing, the whole process is fun for me. When he did not just not appreciate it, he asked me to not do all this. And I was like trying to act all cool and chill. I am not chill, I am not cool. I was trying to limit myself. I was trying to shrink myself to fit into somebody else's comfort zone. Now, is that fair? And I'm not saying he was wrong to expect less just because he couldn't do more. Even saying that statement is hurting me physically, but he was not wrong. It's just that we were not a good fit. It's as simple as that. And I've made so many mistakes when I was young. I've stuck around with people who didn't even try enough to understand me, to know my interests, know my thoughts, opinions. And that's when I realized I was not in love with them. I was settling. And I was in love with their potential. And you know why we tend to fall in love with their potential? Because A, our heart is naive and our love is innocent. But B, and this is gonna sting a bit, because we lack self-respect. And that is the part that hurt my ego. The reason I suffered so much wasn't because that I loved too much, that I cared too much, that I was too much. It was because I kept accepting too little. I was negotiating with my own standards. So every bare minimum became like a grand gesture. You know how they say if you're not fed love on a silver spoon, you learn to lick it off of knives? That's exactly what happened. How do you expect me to be serious with this? That's how she sleeps, by the way. Anyways, I realized every time I was upset with them, every time I was disappointed, I was the one who was trying to be understanding. You know, when I was supposed to be protecting my heart, my innocent heart, I was making excuses for the people who wouldn't. Very important for me to come in terms with the fact that I lacked self-respect, to acknowledge that I was settling for less because I didn't believe I deserved better. I felt like this is it. I manipulated myself into thinking that this is what I want, that this is how I want my future to look like. Somewhere I started telling myself that it's okay, I'll make it work. Some way, somehow, I'll do it. You know, us girls were brought up this way, to be timid, to adjust, to manage somehow. We see the women in our family always make sacrifices, and we grow up believing that that's how it's supposed to be. We see our moms prioritize our dads over herself and her children. And I'm not saying any of it is wrong. I don't think I'm in a position to say what's right, what's wrong. What I'm saying is that it definitely leaves an impact though. It changes our mindsets. It makes us forget that we need to put ourselves first. We need to prioritize ourselves. We need to love ourselves. We need to respect ourselves. Only then we believe that we deserve better, right? And if nobody has told you this or nobody has made you realize this, a lot of you are destined to become somebody really big and successful. But you gotta start by believing that you are destined to become somebody really big and successful. You gotta stop acting like your whole life depends on his text messages, okay? You're better than this. Your life is bigger than this. Your career is bigger than this. Your dreams are bigger than this. You gotta start trusting yourself a bit more, okay? And start living your dream. And if love was your only dream, get a new dream. They're free.